Yo, Big Kish back up in here, man. How many of y'all have heard that UMG have reverse carded that lawsuit, that petition that Drake had? They said, buddy. Nah, this is why you don't bite the hand that feeds you. Before we get to that, I would like to give a special thanks and shout out to Dennis George. And also, I want to give a huge thank you to Rufina Brazil. I appreciate you a whole lot. You just gave the biggest donation the channel have ever received. And over here at the Get It Gang, we appreciate you a lot. We appreciate that a lot. I hope I'm saying your name right. And look, you deserve all the blessings in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because if you believe in the channel like that, I have no choice but to deliver. I appreciate you a whole lot. Rufina Brazil. Hope I'm saying, I know I'm probably butchering your name. I'm sorry about that. I apologize. But yeah, we about to get into this video. Shout out to Rapperholics. Y'all know how he gonna cook up. He gonna cook up them bars. Y'all know I don't like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
Act as Aubrey the awfully overly affectionate. Lawbreys and Gentlegrams. In today's episode of Lawbrey in Gentleland, the legal filing freaky frontliner of the egregious OVHO organization has finally faced the frightening reality that retargeting his rage of the rap battle to his record label rather than the reduced height, hobbit-sized, small-statured, sharpshooting assassin.
Hey, bro, he destroying kid with that the little shooter, short, height, stature, assassin. I don't know how to do them tongue twisters, man.
Was an atrocious act as Aubrey, the awfully overly affectionate, culturally cosplaying Canadian maple syrup mob boss, Freaky Phony Montana, will now revisit the most embarrassing year of his life, the 2024 Kendrick battle. But it won't be in the booth, it will be in the building of a New York courthouse, as UMG has submitted their 30-page document calling to dismiss this BS law.
Oh, it was 30 pages? I know. I was looking on Twitter trying to find me a little story on Twitter. Yo, our cousin Monet was going off. She was going in. Hey, look, she was going in on all the documents. You know what I mean?
Lawsuit, and they are bringing the most insane receipts, sources, and stories to show that Drake being a prom queen predator was a rumor long before the bell-bottom bone crusher battled the balding, bearded, belligerent BBL buffoon. So let's go through this entire document UMG has filed. We'll see how bad this looks for Drake as he dukes it out with them in court, and we'll ultimately revisit this battle through the lens of court documents, because they really go through the whole battle line by line, song for song. This document is insane. Absolutely.
Yeah, you gotta take that jacket off. Yeah, that look like one of Dennis' old jackets.
Insane. But before we get into it, like and subscribe to ease my pain. So, Lawbreys and Gentlegrams, it seems as though UMG is flipping the intro of Drake's lawsuit and putting their own spin on a similar concept, because Drake kicked off his lawsuit with a direct quote.
Look, UMG was calling it out. Oh, he just mad. Yeah.
From the CEO of UMG, Lucien Grange, who was defending himself against an allegation made against him, basically implying that Lucien was at a Diddy party, and Lucien denied these claims, saying that one false allegation can ruin your reputation. So Drake used that quote in his lawsuit to emphasize that, you know, just like Lucien saying, you know, the accusation of him being at a Diddy party can destroy his reputation, the accusations Kendrick was making that UMG published in Not Like Us can also ruin Drake's reputation. But boy, oh boy, did UMG come with the receipts. So they kick off their motion to dismiss this lawsuit with a quote from Drake, similar to how he did with a quote from Lucien Grange. But they're not quoting nothing Drake said about Diddy. Instead, they're quoting a Lawbrey lullaby track from
a Lawbrey's lullaby
15 years ago, the song Successful. UMG's court document kicks off with the quote, "Yeah, I want it all, that's why I strive for it. Diss me, you'll never hear a reply for it." It's so funny that
hey, look, Lucien Grange got bars too. Hey, look, oh no, we got a team that observe your lyrics. So anything you say, they got bars too.
Drake said this all the way back in 2009, and now 15 years later, it's being used against him over a lawsuit that he filed over a diss song that he asked for. So after the quote, the document kicks off stating, plaintiff, one of the most successful recording artists of all time, lost a rap battle that he provoked and in which he willingly participated. Instead of accepting the loss like the unbothered rap artist that he often claims to be, he has sued his own record label in a misguided attempt to salve his wounds. Plaintiff's complaint is utterly without merit and should be dismissed with prejudice. So, already starting off this lawsuit making some insane claims, essentially stating that Drake is mad that he lost this battle, that's why he's suing, but it was a battle he provoked. Now, can you say he provoked it? 100% you could. Did he start it? Not really. Kendrick responded to first-person shooter with like that, but
But there's a rumor that say that he did start it. Now, y'all look up the NFL player Marcus Wiley. He was on Vlad TV. He was on his own show with it. Legend has it that Drake started this, and they removed it. They scrubbed it off the internet. Yeah, ESPN, yup. He was talking smack about Kendrick, and he got wind of it, and they was like, nah, we ain't gonna go there. Dot was like, nah, that's how you really feel? Okay, gotcha.
Person shooter wasn't intended as a diss song from Drake and J. Cole. But after like that, we got push-ups where Drake said, drop and give me 50, or Taylor Made when he said, not this time you following through, or talk about me liking young girls. But anyways, like I said, this whole document really walks us through all the events that transpired throughout the beef, and it's all done through UMG's perspective on the beef and on Drake. So it's really hilarious. So let's continue. They introduced the situation saying, in the spring of 2024, two of the most popular recording artists in the world, Kendrick and Drake, engaged in a high-profile rap battle. Over the course of approximately 2 months, they exchanged increasingly vitriolic, I don't know if that's how you pronounce that, and incendiary, I could be mispronouncing words.
Damn, you gangster going scuba diving? God, I thought that's when you're supposed to, you're supposed to free up. And you know what I'm saying? Get in touch with yourself, and you know what I'm saying? And enjoy your people. Look, Jada Kid say, if it's all love, daddy, why you come with your 9? Yeah, you can't be a gangster scuba diving, baby boy.
Words all throughout this lawsuit on a side note. So you guys correct me in the comments. Anyways, vitriolic and incendiary diss tracks, sometimes responding within hours of each other. Drake encouraged the feud. For example, when he felt that Kendrick was taking too long to respond, Drake released a second recording in which he goaded Kendrick to continue the public rap battle. They're talking about Taylor Made. Kendrick did just that, and collectively, Drake and Kendrick released a total of 9 tracks taking aim at each other. On a side note, it's pretty crazy that we got like an album's worth of diss tracks in the span of damn near a week. Drop a like just for that fact. They continue on. Multiple commentators declared Kendrick to be the quote-unquote winner of the battle. Not like us, the penultimate track in the feud is the subject of the complaint. The record and music video were released by Kendrick through defense.
Y'all like the video, please like the video, please like the video, please help me, please help me, please.
Independent UMG on May 4th, 2024. It was a massive commercial and artistic success, winning the Grammy. The accompanying music video also winning a Grammy. The song won the Song of the Year at the Grammys and has become a ubiquitous cultural phenomenon. Among other things, Kendrick performed the song at the Super Bowl to a record audience, and Saturday Night Live parodied it in their recent 50th anniversary special. I don't know why they feel it's necessary to mention that, but yeah, the song is damn near song of the century. But they continue, not like us, like all the recordings in the beef between Drake and Kendrick, and like the many notorious diss tracks throughout rap's history, consist of a series of hyperbolic insults. Basically, UMG is stating that the insults in both their diss tracks were very exaggerated, just like how they are in most rap beefs. They continue, Drake has been pleased to use UMG's platform to promote tracks leveling similar incendiary attacks at Kendrick, including, most significantly, that Kendrick engaged in domestic abuse and that one of Kendrick's business partners and managers is the true father of Lamar's son. This is exactly what we've been saying since the day that Drake has filed the lawsuit, right? How's he gonna sue UMG?
Hey, look, he been hanging out them smack events. He like, oh, so this how this go. Let me go ahead and say this. I'm gonna make up something on him. Now, when Dot say something about you filing the lawsuit. Yeah, like, bro, you see, You gonna go to the URL at them smack events. You gonna adopt their nature, and you gonna follow through and get your ass whooped like a true G supposed to, and take that. But you gonna sit up here and file a law, man, bro.
UMG for publishing and promoting Not Like Us when they also published and promoted Family Matters, which also contained allegations that Drake made against Kendrick. It's hypocritical, but on a side note, I just did a full breakdown of basically every Kendrick album to answer the question of whether or not he is a hypocrite within his music and the ever contradicting evolution of his
I forgot I was supposed to go over that. Damn, I didn't even go. I forgot I was supposed to go over that joint.
Characters. So you guys should definitely check it out if you want a detailed breakdown of the evolution of Kendrick Lamar. I'll leave it in the description of this video. But yeah, UMG is pointing out the hypocrisy of Drake suing after he also made allegations and used their resources, the same ones that Kendrick used, to, just like Kendrick, also spread allegations against his opponent. And they continue. Now, after losing the rap battle, Drake claims that Not Like Us is defamatory. It is not. While the complaint focuses almost entirely on Not Like Us, it disregards the other Drake and Lamar diss tracks that surrounded Not Like Us, as well as the conventions of the diss track genre, and thus critically ignores the content.
Was Dennis hugged up with Dennis was hugged up. What is that?
UMG is pointing out the hypocrisy of Drake suing after he also made allegations and used their resources, the same ones that Kendrick used, to, just like Kendrick, also spread.
Yeah, they hugged. I thought they wasn't together. Oh yeah, we gonna make a reality series about them. Dennis and Sandra. Oh, so that's why he named his son that, because it's Dennis and Sandra put together. Oh, that's why he named him that. Yeah, they trying to get they trying to get back together and
spread allegations against his opponent. And they continue. Now, after losing the rap battle, Drake claims that Not Like Us is defamatory. It is not, while the and rhetorical hyperbole. Diss tracks are a popular and celebrated art form centered around outrageous insults, and they would be severely chilled if Drake's suit were permitted to proceed. Basically stating, again, like we've all been stating, if Drake's lawsuit is allowed to actually make it to court and he actually ends up winning, it sets the precedent for diss tracks in the future that artists will now be restricted in what they could say, which is horrible for the art form and for hip-hop and music as a whole. It limits creative expression. Drake also alleges that Not Like Us constitutes second-degree harassment, but sues under a criminal statute that does not prescribe speech and has no private right of action. Essentially, UMG here is arguing that Drake is suing for second-degree harassment, but second-degree harassment does not pertain to speech, and having no private right of action means that essentially if he wanted to sue for second-degree harassment, I believe he would have to take it to criminal court and can't file a civil lawsuit like he is. UMG also says that Drake claims that UMG's promotion of Not Like Us violates New York General Business Law 349, but fails to allege any of the elements for that claim. AKA, you haven't provided us enough necessary details to support your claims. Like Drake said in Family Matters, UMG is telling the same thing to him. You're digging for dirt, should be digging for proof. Anyways, let's continue. They say, notably, less than 3 years ago, Drake himself signed a public petition criticizing the quote-unquote trend of prosecutors using artists' creative expression against them by treating rap lyrics as literal fact. As Drake recognized, when it comes to rap, quote-unquote, the final work is a product of the artist's vision and imagination. Drake was right then and is wrong now. And just on a side note, it's interesting, right? Because he was also protesting for the freedom of Young Thug, who was on trial for a RICO case, and a lot of his lyrics within his music were used against him. Drake was very vocal in how he felt like Thug deserved to be free, and
I'm telling you, bro, UMG gonna take a deep dive, boy. You going up against the wrong entity, against the wrong corp.
The circumstances he was under not being fair, but Now he's going on to do the same thing that Young Thug's prosecutors did to him by using rap lyrics in a court of law. And UMG was even saying, look, 3 years ago, Drake signed a petition protesting prosecutors using artist music and lyrics against them, but now he's going on to do the exact same thing. So they emphasize Drake was right then, but he's wrong now. The complaint's unjustified claims against UMG are no more than Drake's attempt to save face for his unsuccessful rap battle with Lamar. The court should grant UMG's motion and dismiss the complaint with prejudice. Basically, UMG telling the court, Drake is just salty he lost this beef, that's why he's suing, and that's why you should be dismissing this case. So then they start giving some more history on the beef. They say, Not Like Us, the record at the center of this action, was released as part of a rap beef between Kendrick and Drake. The artist's feud reportedly traces its origins back more than a decade, but broke into the public domain in early 2024 when Drake and Kendrick began, quote-unquote, trading diss tracks sometimes within the same hour. Kendrick and Drake's feud was not unique in the rap world. Rap feuds where artists trade diss tracks insulting each other have, quote-unquote, existed pretty much since the beginning of rap in the 1970s. A number of storied feuds have occurred throughout rap history, including the quote-unquote Roxanne Wars involving Roxanne Shante and the group UTFO, as well as feuds between Nas and Jay-Z, Lil Kim, Foxy Brown, and Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj. They're literally naming rap beefs dating all the way back to the frickin' 1970s. Then they start diving into some of Drake's own rap beefs. But before we get into those, Lobries and Gentlegrams, I gotta tell you guys about something.
Bro, they going, look, they going in. They going in. UMG is not playing with Drake, bro. They done gave you, look, they done set up there and gave you all this money for you to go show your ass for 15 years. Now you mean to tell me that we ain't doing our job correctly? Look, even if we did push Kendrick Lamar's song, they ain't got nothing to do with you. Well, it do got something to do with him, but they did you the same way. So what have we? You bugging, bro. You bug, and he's definitely gonna lose this one. Y'all make sure y'all tap into Rapaholics, man. I'm sure he's about to go in. He's about to go in. But yeah, I'm gonna leave a link in the description. And yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Big Kish signing out. I'm going, y'all.